So when going for trophies and on getting platinums and unlocking trophies in games, one of my favorite trophies is the fun ones that are miscellaneous that don't have like they aren't the ones that are specifically like play the story, beat this level, beat a boss, just ones that like just naturally give you a trophy for playing the game as you normally would. But ones that the developers were able to like have fun with and kind of like make up little things that the players could do to kind of, like get to experience the gameplay and experiment a bit and kind of do something funny or fun or cool or discover something secret that the developers kind of wanted you to do, or just play the game in your own kind of way or a certain method that you normally wouldn't. So I just want to go through a list of some trophies that I think are really fun to get, like some of the funnest trophies I've had getting. Some of them, I try to stick to ones that are more so like miscellaneous or ones that like don't have to do with like specifically playing through a story or doing a quest or whatever, but I think there are one or two in there that are like that, but these are ones that just are like very fun to get. So I'm starting off with Until Dawn. This is The End, which is the Nobody Survived Until Dawn trophy. So in this game, if you've played it, it's a horror game where a bunch of friends go to a cabin in the winter in the woods, and a bunch of stuff happens. I won't get into spoilers, but basically you're in control of figuring out this mystery. You control all of the characters in different times and at different times, and there's all these things that happen, and there's plenty of instances that you can kill the characters, like that you can either make a mistake and they die, or you just let them die, because there's like some really creative and gruesome death scenes in this game. As you can see, there's a few other trophies for having everyone survive, all 8 friends, all the girls survived. But the Nobody Survives Until Dawn is like you literally just get to enjoy killing off some of the characters, because some of them are a little less likable than others, so you kind of enjoy letting them kind of meet their demise. But this one was just really fun to go for, because the first time I played the game, I like tried to keep people alive, but then I was like, okay, definitely want to go for a playthrough where I kill everyone, and it's very fun. So yeah, this is The End for Until Dawn is a really fun trophy. So it might be cheating with this one, but I'm gonna go with most of the trophies for Goat Simulator as being very fun to get. If you've played this game, it's literally chaotic, stupid, free-for-all, like mayhem game where you play as a goat, and it's very funny, very stupid, not serious at all. And all the trophies basically just you just roam around this. There's like this open area, like there's a few little open areas you get to just kind of have. There's no goals or quests or anything you really need to go for in the game other than just destroy things, charge people, like run into them, cause mayhem, explode things, jump and go flying through the air. So a lot of these trophies are just playing the game and causing mayhem. So some of them you might need to like specifically look up what to do, but I think a lot of these you'll get them without even trying. Like one of them, for example, which is Thrash the Goathenge, which is a little Stonehenge monument that they have set up. You just have to crash into it and destroy it, knock everything down. So I couldn't really pick one for Goat Simulator, but this whole game is just very fun to get a lot of trophies for. I still haven't gotten them all in this one. I don't know if I'll go for the Platinum because I don't really care to get it, but a lot of these trophies I did want to go for because it's just so fun to do. So you'll have a blast running through this one. So in Superhot, the trophy, So It Is Possible, you have to cut a bullet with a katana. It's been a while since I've played this game, and I can't remember if they specifically tell you can do this in like a tutorial or something, but it's a very, very fun trophy to get because, as you know, like you can kill people in a lot of different ways in this game with the weapons. And the katana is one of the funnest ones, but when a bullet is coming at you, you don't think to like attack it, and then if you do look at it, there's like certain little lines that appear in the bullet that indicate that it's able to be interacted with. So the first time you do actually do it, you slice the bullet in half. It's a pretty damn cool moment and very fun trophy that it happens and you're just like, oh my god, that's an awesome trophy. So I wanted to throw that one in there because Superhot is awesome and everyone should play it. Up next we have Marvel Spider-Man Hero for Hire. A lot of people have gotten the Platinum in this game. It's a very popular Platinum game and just a very popular game in general because it's awesome. But I think I definitely got this one the day the game came out. Hero for Hire, you just have to go up to the very top of Avengers Tower. And, if you're a Marvel fan, I'm pretty sure like once you started to really roam around the world and get to explore New York, I think everyone probably gravitated towards Avengers Tower. Once you see it in the distance, you're like, oh shit, I can go there. You want to explore it, you want to check it out. So you go up to the very top. It's one of the tallest buildings in the city as well, so you got a really good view. And it's really fun to jump off of once you get to the top. So really fun trophy to go for, and it's very easy. So you just have to go to the very top of the Avengers Tower, and yeah, you get rewarded with a really cool Marvel moment. So, and while we're on the topic of trophies where you have to go up very high, I wanted to include this one from Uncharted 4, Thieves' End. I can see my house from here. It's where I can't remember the chapter it's in, but you're climbing a clock tower and you have to like knock down a bell. So it's a very climbing heavy chapter. I'm sure if you've played Uncharted, you're aware of all of the climbing in the game. So this one you have to get to the top of a tower, but you don't actually have to go to the very top of it. But if you do, you get this really cool trophy, and you're rewarded with an insane view of this surrounding city and like very, very, very high up. And personally, as someone who actually is kind of scared of heights, I always kind of get like sweaty palms and sweaty hands in games when I'm up really high, because I kind of get that sense of vertigo. And this game's really cool because you get up to the top and you're just kind of like, oh shit, like it gives you a good sense of scale, and you really feel like, oh, I'm up high, like this is a view. So anyways, really fun trophy to get as well. And the Uncharted games are great. So if you're playing this one, definitely climb up to the top and get this trophy. So the Resident Evil 2 remake has a trophy called Grim Reaper, which I'm not sure if some people may have missed out on this one completely. It doesn't have a huge completion rating. It only has 6.5% of people have earned it. But you have to unlock this mode through playing, I think you have to complete storyline A or B with either Leon, or I don't remember the actual conditions you have to unlock this mode through, but Grim Reaper, you play as this guy named Hunk, who's like a different character. He's like dressed up as like a SWAT guy. He has like a helmet and goggles and a gas mask. He's like a Resident Evil kind of fan favorite character. You have to run through, it's kind of like an endurance run where you start in like the sewers and you have to run all the way out through a huge portion of the game, in through like these really tight corridors and really intense situations and escape, and you're only given a certain amount of health items and a certain amount of ammo and a certain amount of weapons. You have to do a bunch of different runs to like understand, like you have to memorize the path. Okay, there's a guy around this corner, there's a guy around here, I gotta watch out for this. And it took me quite a few tries, but it felt so good to get it, and it was really fun too. Like it doesn't feel like the game itself, the normal mode where you're like kind of being careful and conserving your items and walking around corners and exploring. It lacks like the horror element, and it's more of like an intense like action thrill ride where you're just blasting through all these enemies and running as fast as possible. So it's frustrating if you keep dying over and over and over again, but once you really like hammer it into your head what you need to do, it's super fun, and I had a blast getting it, and it felt so good when I got this trophy too. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is a game I really, really enjoyed. I'm a big Star Wars fan, and at the time of recording this video, the sequel, Jedi Survivor, is a few months away, which I'm definitely excited for. But this trophy, What Goes Around, I'm actually surprised more people don't have this one, but it's really fun because this is the developers like asking you to do something fun with your powers, with your abilities. So basically, you have to slow down when a stormtrooper or a scout trooper, whoever, shoots at you with their blaster bolt. You have to slow it down because you have these force abilities that you can slow down lasers being shot at you. But you also have one where you can pull people towards you. So this trophy, all it asks you to do is slow down the bolt that's being fired at you, and then yank the stormtrooper towards you, so they kind of get like impaled by their own like laser bolt. So it's really fun, and like it's just like, you know, there's a lot, as you can see here, there's a few other trophies that kind of ask you to do certain things with some of your abilities and the Force stuff. But this one is a very cool Star Wars specific one, because it's like, you know, you get to use the Force and have fun with the mechanics of the game. So What Goes Around is really fun to get. The Messenger, one of my favorite games of all time. I feel like every time I talk about this game, I'm just gushing about it, telling everyone to play it. I'm like a walking, talking advertisement for the damn game, but I love it. But there's a trophy here called No Argument Here, which is definitely a skill-based one, but I had a lot of fun going for it because I had already played and beaten the game at that point. So it's definitely something to save for when you've beaten the game and like you want to actually go back and go for this. But yeah, you have to basically make it from the beginning of the game to beating the Queen of Quills, which is the 4th level, I believe, or the 4th area in the game at first, because eventually the game does open up But it starts as like a level system at first, like level 1, level 2, but then it opens up later on. So you start a new game and you just can't die until you get to the 4th boss, and you should be, decently skilled at the game for this. And it's fun to go for, but it's also kind of nerve-wracking because you're like, oh my god, I just don't want to start over. And I think it's like a solid hour or so or more of playing the game, depending on your skill level. But I love this game, so I found it very fun to go for. So that's why I'm listing it as a fun trophy, because it rewards your skill with a trophy. So that's why I find it fun. So with Control, I know I mentioned I didn't really want to do or mention like quest-based trophies here, or ones that have to do with just defeating a quest or defeating a boss or doing a quest line. But this one is like, it's a side quest that's kind of hidden and a little buried in the game. You kind of have to search for it, so that's why I listed it. It's not one of the main objectives in the game. But I just wanted to list this one, Astral Phenomena, because it's a boss battle, but it's so cool. It's a very visually, amazingly designed boss. I don't want to spoil it, but all it has to do with finding a refrigerator in the game, and you interact with the refrigerator, and then this really cool moment happens. And yeah, that's all I want to say. If you're into like horror and sci-fi and really cool designed enemies and stuff, like, you need to see this one for sure. And if you want to see it, you can always look up a YouTube video of it or something without playing the game. But it's a very fun boss as well. And there are other trophies in this game that were really fun to get, like ones that actually have to do with like messing with mechanics and gameplay and doing things with your abilities that I really liked. But in terms of fun, this trophy was a blast to get, and I was so stoked when I found this boss, and yeah, it was a great time. So that's why I'm mentioning it here on this list. So, Master Criminal in Skyrim, bounty of 1,000 gold in all 9 holds. This was the final trophy I needed to get the platinum. It's a very fun one to leave for the last, because you get to go to every different main town and main city in the game and get a bounty somehow, which the easiest way to do that is just start killing people. I didn't have this trophy originally because I don't typically like to play games where I acquire bounties in places. Like, I like to be good for the most part. If I kill someone, I'll do it in secret, or I'll try not to get caught, or I'll pay off my bounty or whatever. But this one was fun to get because, it's just, you save it for last because you're like, I don't want to get a bounty. I don't want to kill all these people because, a lot of people in Skyrim I like, you kind of get used to, you kind of get to know a lot of the people in the towns and stuff. Although there's a few characters like Nazim in Whiterun. I'm sure we're all aware of Nazim. He's a blast to kill because he's one of the most annoying NPCs of all time. But anyways, Master Criminal, you get to be like a GTA. You get to do like a GTA crime spree in Skyrim. Skyrim's one of the greatest games of all time. One of my favorite games ever. And I think I'm due for another playthrough of this one at some point, because I want to go back to my comfy Skyrim zone. Just because it's a very comfy, nice game for me. So yeah, I knew I wanted to have a Skyrim one on this list. And Call of Cthulhu. The Call of Cthulhu is the trophy I want to mention here. Yes, another story-based one technically, but it's the be-all end-all of this game. There's a bunch of different ways you can end the game. Like, you can actually, there's a few different ending trophies here that I actually did get because I wanted to see the different endings. But of course, I'm going to get this one first, and that's the main one I wanted to get. I wanted to invoke Cthulhu. I wanted to see that bad boy rise out of the sea, and you get to see him, and it's awesome. And that's why I'm calling this a fun trophy. And it's story-based, but screw it. It's a fun trophy, and I was sitting there smiling. I had like that meme of that guy, the Sickos one, where he's looking in the window. That was me playing this game. I was like, yeah, I want to see Cthulhu. So, fun trophy for me. So Hitman 2, the Hitman games I really like them. They recently just made all like the 1, 2, and 3 all part of this like same collection. It's called like the World of Assassination or something. And I've only played the first and second one. As you can see, quite a bit of the second one. I haven't explored the third one as much. I'll probably get it at some point on sale, but they're just really fun games. And there's so many trophies and things you could go for that are fun in this, like all these different ways to kill your targets. But I wanted to go with this one, the Himmelstein map, which is just literally a sniper map. Like, you can't move. You're just on a cliffside overlooking this really big, beautiful castle. And there's a wedding going on, and there's just so much to look at and see in this level. Like, there's There's a lot to you just kind of scan the whole place with your looking through your sniper scope. What I wanted to mention for this one is just the completionist trophy. Complete all the last Yardbird challenges. The last Yardbird is the name of the mission, and all the challenges involve just you look up a guide online on how to do it, but it mentions all these different ways to kill the targets, all these different little things around the level you can do. It's kind of, it almost feels like a Where's Waldo kind of level where you're like looking for little things, and some of the challenges are like shoot 5 of these things without someone noticing, or shoot this thing down, or shoot the cake, or shoot something on the wedding cake, or like little challenges that are like they don't always involve killing people, but some of them are like, kill the targets in different ways, in a certain speed or in a certain time limit. But I had a blast with this level, and I included the completionist one as a fun trophy because it kind of asks you to do almost everything in the level. So I just didn't want to pick one, but yeah, really, really fun challenge, and it kind of made me want like a whole game of like sniper levels like this, because as fun as it is to walk around the level and kind of be free and do your own little thing, like it's kind of fun to be perching up like stuck in your own little spot, and you kind of just have to look around as opposed to move around. So yeah, that's why I wanted to include that one. And Bugsnax, a game I did not expect to enjoy as much as I did. There's a lot of fun trophies in this game because it's a very fun game, a lot of weird little things to do. But I chose Launch Party because it asks you to kind of screw around with the physics in the game, because there's a lot of little things you can do to the Bugsnax. Like you can throw different items at them to react a certain way, and you have to figure out how to catch them in your little Bugsnax catcher. And this one I really liked because you have to use this launch pad thing that shoots them up into the air to stun a flying one, which a lot of the flying ones need to be stunned in order to catch them. You can't just catch them in the air. So this one you have to shoot another Bugsnax at the flying one to stun it, so you kind of knock them both out at the same time. It's a really fun one to go for, and I wanted to include that one here. So that's the Launch Party. And in Stray, we got Catastrophe. Try to play Mahjong with the robots. Very easy, simple, nothing trophy here, but also very fun because, as you may be aware of this game Stray, you play a cat. You get to do cat things. You get to jump up and climb around things, meow, little fun cat things to do in the game. And this one, all you got to do is there's these 2 guys playing Mahjong, these 2 robots, and all you have to do is just jump on the table. And as soon as you jump on it, you jump right in the middle of the game and knock all the tiles everywhere. That's it. It's just fun. It's just like, it's a very cute, fun trophy. So wanted to include that one. The robots just look at you like, what the, come on, man. Like, really? Like, they give you this funny look. It's just a very cute trophy. And Sifu, another game that really blew me away with how good it was. I expected to like it, but, it's just one of those ones that's like, yeah, this is going to be a good game. And then I played it and I was like, yeah, this is a pretty damn good game. But there's a bunch of little, there's a few trophies that are all just like a certain thing to do in each level, like, beat the big guy in the club before any other enemy, and the museum, throw an enemy into the fountain. But this one here, Warriors from the Mountain, I thought it was great because I love throwing in games. I don't know what it is. I love throwing enemies off of things. Like, that's just one of the funnest ways to defeat enemies. It's like if I'm up high on something and I can grapple and throw them, I'm going to throw them off. I'm going to throw everyone off. So in this one, in the Sanctuary, you're up high in this mountain, in the mountains, in this yoga place. They do yoga and healing, and it's like a spa. And there's this area in the game where you're near like a railing, and all these guys come at you, and you just have to grapple and throw one of them over the railing. And yeah, that's fun for me. So fun trophy. And I'm surprised less people have this one. It's only 5.8. I figured more people would be throwing people off that railing, over that railing. And I know it's not the easiest thing to throw people in this game. You kind of have to time it right. You have to like stun them and then grapple them. Yeah, more people should get this one because it's a fun trophy. And Sifu is awesome. So play Sifu. And Rollerdrome. Oh man, more people need to play this game. If you haven't played Rollerdrome and you're into Tony Hawk and third-person shooting games, action games, you gotta play Rollerdrome. It's insanely good, super fun, addictive, like arcade-like gameplay. But anyways, in this one, Slugger, it's finish a level using only slug shots. So there's a shotgun in the game, and slug shots are when you aim at an enemy while in midair, and like your aiming reticle lines up perfectly, and you do like a instant shot. It's like a more powerful shotgun shot. And that are called slug shots. And this one asks you to finish a level using only slug shots. So It's not a super hard one to get. I see not as many people have it, only 1.7%. I find, load up one of the first easy levels and you can get it no problem, but it just involves timing and you have to be decently good at the game to do it. But I thought it was fun to go for because, again, like I mentioned earlier in this video, like it's the developers asking you to to try something with their gameplay a certain way, like play it a certain way and experience how the mechanics work, and playing a level a certain way that you typically wouldn't, because there's other weapons in this game to use, like there's pistols and grenade launchers and stuff. So just using the shotgun and only slug shots is like a really cool way to test your abilities with the shotgun. And fun game and fun trophy, so please play Rollerdrome. A lot of people are sleeping on this one for sure. And finally, we have the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I didn't play this game when it first came out, like a decade ago, whenever that was originally. I just played it when it got re-released this past year. And I was aware of this type of game it was, but I had no idea. I was going in blind. Like, I knew it was a weird, quirky game, but I had no idea what it was all about, what the sense of humor and what type of things it was going for. So a lot of the trophies in this game are very silly. Like, there's one called Settings World Champion, where you set all the setting sliders in the menu to all the available numbers, so you just have to scroll through all the different settings sliders. And there's one I've not gotten this trophy. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. I mean, I know people have set, as you can see, 12.8% of people have just changed the date on their PS5, but I don't feel compelled to do that, or I don't feel compelled to wait 10 years to get this trophy, or actually do the settings thing, so I don't care. But the trophy I'm talking about here is click on door 4305 times. When you do this, then the narrator in the game tells you to do, it starts this kind of chain of events that he asks you to do all these little things. It's kind of like a joke trophy. The game makes fun of, it's very meta and kind of makes fun of games and things players will do for trophies and kind of stuff like that. So this one's very funny. Once you finally do get the trophy, it's just, you do this very funny sequence of events that, yeah, it's kind of winking at you the whole time. So anyways, I found it fun to go for that one, and I think this is one of the first things I did in the game, because I think door 430 is one of the first doors in the office that you're in. Easy one to knock off, and it's also just fun too. So yeah, that's my list of fun trophies that I had a blast getting. Let me know down below fun trophies that you really liked getting in certain games. There's a chance I may have some of them too, and you probably have a lot of these as well if you're a trophy hunter. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching. I might do another one of these at some point. Let me know if you like this video. And yeah, thanks for watching.